Hey guys, welcome back. So this is a new video after some couple of days. Um, COVID-19. This is something very peculiar, right? Staying at home and missing all of your favorite things. Like basically, I'm a bit sad because this time IPL is not happening, right? Or probably postponed for some couple of months. So a lot of things are going on, but nevertheless, let's start something on DataWeave today. So I will try to cover some of the major things like mapObject, filterObject, and uh, uh, some of the functions which are being frequently being used. So this particular demo will be more around the design time of DataWeave. We will not be running Postman this time. Of course, we can do it, but we can achieve the same result using the transform message directly. Okay. So, for example, this is the DataWeave demo project which I will be referring during this um, use case. Let me close the unrelated projects for now. Just want to have a clean slate. Yep. So as example for this particular DataWeave demo, I have created a player list JSON. So some of my favorite players are already being listed over here. You can uh, mention your one, or if you want to change it, anything you can create on your own, like whatever you want. But these are the my favorite ones, right? So just try to understand the structure of this particular JSON. This player list.json is a JSON file which is having a array starting from the square bracket till this very end of it, and in between it is having array of object. This is one object, this is another object, but all these objects are having the same structure, like player ID, player skills, team, headquarter, player name, and age. There are some similar or duplicate records as well, like 105 is being repeated. Okay, and even the order is not same, right? 102 is coming after 105. So um, I have created it intentionally just to showcase some of the functionalities of DataWeave functions. Okay, so this is playlist JSON, which is I have placed inside SRC main resource at this particular level. You can look it over here, and I will drag and drop the transform message component onto the canvas. And since majority of our work will remain on this page itself, so let's try to decorate it. Okay, I will be creating a variable player list equals to. So guys, this is one of the method to uh, read the contents of a file or any example. um, you can have XML, TXT, or whatever, and you just need to give the class path, and you can mention what is the name, player list dot json, comma, then you have to specify what is the nature of this. Okay, that's pretty much of it, and I will just show you if it works or not. I will click on preview. Have I done anything wrong? Oh, this was not expected. Correct. Okay, so as usual, I need to type JSON over here. Reason being, this file was from the JSON, so format should be JSON only. One more important thing, guys, have you tried it or not? So if I remove this, there is no change. So in DataWeave 2.0, there is no need to write the entire syntax. Okay, and I personally believe if a person who is lazy, he can discover many other ways to do the same task in a faster manner. So be lazy but be smart. Okay. So enough chit chat and let's start on some use cases. So if I type the player list, it will show the entire structure of this particular, basically the content of that JSON file. So let's try to play around it. So I have, since the scope of this particular video will be very vast in nature, so I have captured some of the use cases over here. So we will be first talking about the map object, the map function basically. So map is like one of the function which works on a array of objects. So it will work on a on a collection of objects. Okay, so if you refer this particular thing, dollar, this is the index and dollar is the value of it. Okay, so there is a way, like if you you just need to specify the on the payload, after that the map keyword, then this curly braces, and after that in within the bracket you can specify this one. Pretty much straightforward. But you can also give parameters to this. So let me go to this one, not this one. Let me go to the another one. I will come back to this example. So you can also specify parameters to that. Okay, so the first parameter will be value, another will be the index. Serial number I have created intentionally. So serial number was same as that of dollar within brackets as in the previous example. After that there is a player number, and it will take the reference of this particular value because it is getting repeated on top of this particular value. Every time a new value will be getting populated in it, and this map function will be repeated on the entire um, array of objects which is maintained under player list. Okay, so if you have noticed, we have changed the structure of team. Earlier it was coming as normal, and after that I have introduced inside this team curly braces. So you can play around in this particular fashion also. Okay, so this is fine, and you can I hope this is clear, right? Value and index. Index is the on what level, on what, starting from 0, on what level a particular key and value pair are being appearing. So this is being maintained in this way. But we have passed the value and index as a parameter. We can also execute the same and get the same result if we don't pass the value index and use only the dollar references. So So this one is we are not using any parameters inside, so we can always refer dollar dot, because dollar will contain the latest iteration value of the clear list object. So this map will be repeated for each and every object which is being maintained in that array, and the value will be populated inside this dollar dot player ID inside the player number, and for the rest of the combination as well. So in this way we have managed to get the same structure with and without parameters using the map function. I will quickly go to the next example, that is the map object. Now map object, uh, as it specify map and object, it works on a specific object, not on the array. Okay, so the output will be an object only. So in this case, dollar dot dollar. So this one will bring the key, the name of the key, and dollar will bring the value. Similarly, let me try to. There is one more thing, like if I remove this one just for the time being. 1 second, guys. and I have enabled it back. So $$ in the case of map object stands for the index, and dollar stands for the value of it. So what if I put $$ over here? $$ stands for key and $$ stands for index. So this is the very minute difference between the map and map object, and we are working on the first index of this player list. Okay, what was our player list? Player list first was Virat Kohli 100 player ID. Okay, so if you refer the preview, if I change the value, so 100 batsman, Virat Kohli, and all the things are coming up. But it will be better if I put this way because it will make more sense, right? Let's go to the next example. So similarly to map, like we have used both with parameter and without parameter and got the same result. Similarly, we can do around with this map object as well. So map object take three different parameters. The first one is the same as the value. After that, there is a key and there is an index. Player key we have referred as a key value, and after this players will be the value which will be repeating for every uh, the object having the element in it. Okay, so this will print the same what is being present in the zeroth object of this array. So we can use using the parameters as well. It will not bring any changes, but this is like some of the developers are more familiar, and they feel more comfortable if they provide parameters. So it totally depends on your level of comfort. Now we will see one of the example in which we are going to use both map along with the map object. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy paste this particular use case. This is the parameterized version. So what it is doing, let me explain this first. We are having a player list which is having a map option, and it is being iterating throughout the entire array of objects. And after that, within players we have a player which is an object specific, and it will create a value key combination, and it will be repeated on this item value, that it is this particular element or the value which will be populating for the main array objects, and it will be repeating for this particular same value for all the elements present in this particular array of objects. For every object available in this array, this map object will be executed. So what it will do, it will convert the key into uppercase and put a value against it. So if you try to correlate these two examples, it will be a players. After that, there will be a player, and whatever the keys are being there, these are being converted into the uppercase, and the values are being assigned to it, and it is being repeated like that for all the objects. Okay, now let's go to one more complex, I will not say complex, but a more diversified example. So this one. Okay, so again what it is doing, it is using the same combination, but this time map object is being used without parameters, and it is trying to insert a dynamic key premium as soon as it looks for a coach value available in one of the values. So as we mentioned earlier, within the map object, dollar stands for the value. This particular map object will run against the each object available in the array during the execution of map. Okay, so when it looks for, if it is a coach, then it will change the content into the upper, that is the value will be converted into the upper, assigned to the key value. And what it will do after that, it will insert one more key value pair having premium equal to yes, because coaches are very highly paid, right? So that's why we need to give them more premium, right? Otherwise, map it as usual. So let's see, go to our coach. Yes, coach. We have converted it to a capital letters, and after that, premium. We have one more coach, right? Uh, Mutaya Muligaran. So this is again capitals, and yes. Oh, we have one more coach, but that's a repetition. So it's converting to capitals. This is just to give you an idea like how to insert if and else along with dynamic insertion of a new element. So we are pretty much done with the this particular use case. So let's check with the filter. Okay, so I will delete this. I will copy paste this one. So filter what it will do, it will just pick up the specific result set out of the available records. So what it is trying to do, player list, after player list it will check if the player skills are equal to all rounder, then it will pick up only that particular player details in this particular format. So we have Robin Uthappa as the all rounder. So let me show you over here just quickly. I have maintained only a single all rounder just for this. So we have batsman, bowler, batsman, coach, then all rounder. So single all rounder is being picked up. So you can change any value over here as well. Let's put bowler maybe. So I will go to preview. So it picked up the this one. Okay. If I put coach, it will bring up multiple. Okay. We will see more combination of it gradually. Again, I will try to explain the same thing, but this time uh, with parameters. So in this particular map, we are not using any parameters. So I will just change this to with parameter combination. Let me expand this guy. So player and index. So just the change it will bring. We have to put instead of dollar dot something, we have to put players dot player name players dot because it will be moving around this player's value. Plus one more thing, we cannot use skills right here. We have to use dollar dot player skills because this particular filter is running uh, outside the scope of players, this particular. So if we put something like this, will it work? No, it will error out because the scope of players is starting within the next map function only. So this is fine. Now let's change the location of this filter. So what I'm going to do, I will move this filter from here to the very end. So for that we have to just add one more this bracket. So you can see the scope of it, right? It is starting from here, ending here, and this time it will take, since the execution of this map has already populated skills, so in filter we have to pass dollar dot skills and then we will check for coach. What if you put players? It will not work, right? Because scope is players particular scope is getting terminated as soon as this closing bracket is being we have reached to up to this closing bracket. Okay, so have you noticed something? Um, this coach, Mr. Muralidharan, is coming two times, right? I don't want that. It should be single time. Why to repeat multiple entries for the same individual, right? So this will ask us to use the distinct by. So I will explain that thing. So what it does, so filter by the coach name, and after that distinct by dollar. Dollar means the value. So as soon as it see there is a repetition of any value, it will skip. Okay, so the first name getting repeated will be Muthaiya Muralidharan, so it picked the first occurrence and it dropped the second occurrence. So distinctBy can be used to remove the duplicates as well within a particular array of objects. Okay, let's go to the next combination. So you have noticed one thing, right? I am having Ricky Ponting as well as Muthaiya Muralidharan, but these two guys are coming in different objects. What if I need only the names of these two guys in a single element? Is there any way we can do it? Yes. So joinBy. So let me try to explain this particular example. I don't say anything like this. Okay, let's pull it up. So since we are talking about our coaches, right? One is from Australia, other one is from Sri Lanka. Both are World Cup champions. So, player list filter. I will filter on the base of player skills. Dollar dot player skills, because it will be filter will be working on the entire array of objects, and it will check if there is a coach as a player skill. Then it will pick up the player name, but I want only the unique ones. So it will remove the second occurrence of Muthaiya Muralidharan, and it will join those player names with a pipe sign. You can have any other uh, combination. Let's put hash. This is up to us, like how we want to showcase as per our requirement. Okay, this was the short one. So map plus group by. Okay, let's try to see this one. I will delete this one. Yes. So let me try to explain. So we have seen the skills as bowler, batsman, all-rounder, coaches. But what if I want to uh, group them in on the basis of a particular attribute value? So in that case, we need to use this group by feature. So let me remove this thing. So what it is appearing, we don't have, we have normal structures getting repeated, right? But as soon as I put this group by dollar dot skills, this particular skills. Okay, so within the map object, if we are putting the value of this particular key value and it is repeating on this complete result set, it will only it will group all the array of objects accordingly to the skill. So whatever the batsman will be there, it will group all the batsmen in one particular array. Similarly, bowler will be in one particular array and coaches will be in a one particular array. All rounder as well in separate arrays. Okay, the last one is for the filter object plus map object combination. So as I mentioned earlier, ob object and the filter object and map object both will work only on the single object, not on the array of object. But and this is not being used very frequently. As per my experience, we are more inclined towards map and filter and the other group by distinct by combinations. Filter object and map object are not being that used heavily as compared to these DW functions. So let's see. So what it is trying to do, let me try to explain. If I remove this one, you will see the first occurrence having Virat Kohli and RCB and all the things. Okay, what if I put this particular value? What it is doing, it is checking if there is a particular value and the value is equal to RCB. If yes, then it is going to print it. What if I put my favorite CSK? No, it's not matching, so blank. So it is checking all these combination within this particular oh, I forgot it was RCB. Yeah. So what it is doing, it is only operating on this particular instance on the 0th level of the object available in the array of objects. So what we have covered in this particular video, we came to know how to load a sample payload, which can be any JSON, XML, and how to refer it using readUrl. After that, we have understood map with without any parameters and with parameters. Okay, how dollar sign works, how double dollar means for key and single dollar for the value, and how much it differs with map object. Map object, double dollar for key, single dollar for value, triple dollar for the index, and with the parameters. Similarly, map object and map along with the combination of both, and the filter where to place filter in the top, in the bottom, that combination. Similarly, group by, we can place to group the individual players, correct, group by skills. Okay, so similarly join by we have seen, and distinct by just to remove the duplicates, and the filter object which works on a specific object available as an output of map object. So we have covered pretty much some of the major things which are being used very heavily during DW coding. Uh, I hope you like this particular video, and if you have any questions around any of these examples, uh, you can you can mention those queries within the comment section of my video. I will try to answer them as soon as possible with all possible examples use case. So guys, thanks for watching this video and have a great day ahead. Thank you.